Yo, it's a brand new ban list, brand new format, and with VFD and Herald gone, you know what that means. We are back to playing Going Second Unchained. So, in this match, I do lose rock, paper, scissors. My opponent wants to go first, which you know is completely ideal for me because we are going second. So, for our opening hand, we have Godarla, and you immediately see a change here. We're not playing Gamma Seal, we're not playing Radiant, and as you can see why, because Barrier Statue and like Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc in general is a deck now. So this is the kaiju that you want to go with. We also have Sarama, Prison, Gamma, Escape. Our opponent opened up with Karas, Kit, Cobalt Sparrow, Statue of the Stormwinds, and another copy of Karas. So they're going to start off their turn by special summoning the Karas by discarding the Kit. Kit's effect will send a copy of Nerval to the graveyard, and then Nerval is going to add a copy of Fractal to the hand. Here our opponent is going to use Karas's effect to link summon by banishing 2, bringing out the Barren Blossom, and again, this is why drawing the Stormwinds doesn't really matter for this deck, because once this card goes to the graveyard, they just get to mulligan it away. So, they're going to use the Barren Blossom's effect, special summoning the Sparrow. Sparrow's effect will add a copy of DD Crow to hand. Next, they're going to link it off and go into a copy of Simorgh, and here, like I said, they're going to use the Barren Blossom's effect, and you see them mulligan away the statue. So, they're going to proceed to special summon the Sapphire along with a copy of DD Crow, overlay those two going into a copy of Recital Starling. Next, Recital Starling is going to let them add a Wing Beast to their hand, which is Nerval. They're going to, let's see, what did they do here again? They're going to normal summon. That's the amazing thing about this deck. All those plays, not a single normal summon. So they're going to use the Nerval effect to link summon here. They're going to bring out another copy of Blossom. Put those away. Go into a copy of Appaloosa. And as you can see, I haven't used Gamma at all here. They're going to go into the Link Karibo. Simorgh effect, we're letting that resolve. What are we scared of? We have the Godarla to get rid of the statue. There's no problem. So the thing, guys, with rogue decks is you have to know when to activate and when to hold your cards. You're playing a rogue strategy, you have to make the most optimal play possible, and just hand trapping there, not optimal. It's not worth using the Gamma there at all, because you know what? We're gonna have no problem picking this board apart. So immediately, we're gonna Godarla the statue. Next, we're gonna normal summon the Sarama here, and we can either run over, or not run over, we can run into either the Appaloosa or the Simorgh. They both have 2400. This is the way for us to take the least amount of damage. So, obviously here, we know he's going to try to attempt to negate with Appaloosa. There's just no reason for him not to. So yeah, that's why we held the Gamma. We're going to chain Gamma to Appaloosa because Appaloosa is only once per chain. We're going to special summon the Gamma, special summon the Driver, Sarama resolves, we bring out a bomb. We're going to just go over the Link Karibo. Obviously, he's going to chain. We'll run over our Kaiju, and we're going to run over the Simorgh. So just like that, guys, we broke apart his board just because we made the most optimal play by holding the Gamma during his entire turn. Next, not that it's likely to come up, but we're going to link away the Driver here specifically just in case we need another Gamma live. We're going to go into a copy of Rage, set 2, and we're going to pass. So see, here we have a way to link away a special summon monster, we have a pop, and we have a second pop because we can just special summon the bomb. So our opponent draws a Rescue Cat. No way I let him use this effect. We're going to immediately activate the chamber, targeting our copy of a bomb, special a bomb, activate his non-targeting pop, get rid of the Rescue Cat, and that's going to force our opponent to concede the game. Now moving on to game number 2, our opponent again is going to decide to let us go second, which, you know, considering what they're playing is perfectly fine. For the opening hands, we're going to open up Prosperity, Alancia, Nibiru, Sarama, and a second Nibiru. Our opponent unfortunately opens up with the Driver, a copy of Tenki, Nerval, 1-for-1, and Fractal. But honestly, yeah, it's still not a bad hand for them at all. So, they're going to start off their turn by activating Tenki, searching themselves a copy of Fractal. Next, they're going to be using Fractal's effect to pitch itself and send Kit to the graveyard. Kit will send a Rendezvous, and this is the card that's going to come up later in this game. And guys, this is exactly why it's so important to be aware of every single resource that your opponent has. So, Our opponent's going to activate 1-for-1, pitching the driver. Sorry, I just told him I was going to read Rendezvous, and even though I read the card, I'm still going to forget about it later. So, our opponent sends driver, brings out Cobalt Sparrow. They're going to add a copy of Sapphire Swallow. Next, they're going to special both the Swallow and the Nerval. They're going to be linking off here into a Heartbeat Conductor, using Nerval's effect, banishing 3 here, going into a copy of Silver Sheller. And here is my like little conundrum. Is that the right word? Sorry. Well, the thing I was debating basically was, do I bring out Nibiru now, or do I see if he makes the Appaloosa? Because I know he's playing it, but will he do it now? And honestly, I didn't know the deck well enough, and I'm like, you know, I can afford to hold it here. Let's just see what happens. So he does end up going for the Appaloosa, and I definitely should have Nibiru'd. Oh well, there's still a good chance that we're going to end up breaking his board. So next, our opponent's going to get a copy of Karass from the Nerval. He's going to normal summon, because again, this deck hasn't done that yet. He's going to use the Karass effect, but the thing is here, I kind of lagged, so I didn't see him normal summon it here. We just quickly rewind the game state. I tried a Nibiru just to use the Appaloosa, and then I'm going to chain the Lancia because Appaloosa is only once per chain. So we get to keep our Nibiru now, and he can't actually resolve the Karass. So he's going to link them off, go into the Simorgh, which, you know what, is perfectly fine. He brings out Statue, and now it is our turn. And wow, dude, we are the absolute sackiest player in the world. We draw Godarla. Next, we're going to activate Prosperity to start our turn. We're actually going to dig for the full 6, try to get the best card possible to make sure that we can break this board with ease. So we're going to mill a bunch of fantastic cards. Like, even if we didn't draw the Godarla, it doesn't matter. Prosperity is just insane, dude. So we got Driver, Gamma, a Bomb, Godarla, Ash, Nibiru. Like, what? Okay, so we add a copy of a Bomb, and now our opponent only takes half damage for the rest of the turn, but honestly, we were going to kill them anyway, so not a big deal. We're actually going to Godarla the statue right away. We're going to normal summon Sarama, and here's a familiar play from last time. We're going to crash Sarama. So this way, we can both trigger the Sarama effect and trigger the Bomb in hand. So our opponent, oddly enough, I didn't expect him to let the Bomb in hand resolve, but I was like, alright, sure. So I bring out the Rakea, and next I run over the Appaloosa so I don't have to worry about it anymore. And next I try to run over the Simorgh, and this is where knowing your opponent's resources is so vital. He had the Rendezvous in the graveyard. If this wasn't linked, I would have been able to run it over with ease. Unfortunately, my zone placement with the Godarla was really bad. So yeah, that's gonna cost me big time here. And I'm just forced to end on a rage and just hope that that's enough. So in end phase, he uses Simorgh. I didn't think he had anything left, so it looks like he's also playing the Apex Avian. So yeah, that just makes matters even worse, because if I was just able to get rid of this and place this properly, this would not be an issue. So our opponent's going to draw Call by the Grave for turn. Really good card for them to draw. They're going to normal summon the Fractal. Next, they're going to use Fractal's effect to bring out the Ominous Omen. This is the one that banishes, and then I'm forced to use the Rage here, but honestly it doesn't even matter because he has the Avian to negate it. I'm gonna use Rage effect, see if I can ban anything. Obviously there's very little I can do here. He doesn't play into Nibiru, he knows I have it, and yeah, he's just gonna swing away for game right there. So now we are going into game number 3. Obviously, I'm playing going second Unchained. I'm gonna choose to go second here. For the opening hands, we drew pretty nice. We have Rakea, Prison, Dark Rule No More, Aruha, and Pot of Extravagance. Our opponent opened up with Kit, Reborn, Cyclone, 1-for-1, and a copy of Tenki. They're gonna start off their turn with Tenki, searching for a copy of Fractal. Next, they're gonna use Fractal's effect to pitch itself and send a copy of Nerval this time. Nerval is going to add them a copy of Karass. Next, they're going to normal summon the Karass, which, wow, normal summoning so early? Nice, interesting, okay. They're going to banish those two, bring out the Blossom, use the 1-for-1 to send Kit, special out the Cobalt Sparrow. They're going to send Rendezvous again because, you know, it worked really well for them last time, so why not? They're also going to add a copy of DD Crow. Next, they're going to link away the Blossom and the Sparrow, go into the Simorgh. They're going to Baron effect, put back the Gamma because it's dead since they have monsters on board. They're going to reborn the copy of Kit. They're going to use Kit's effect, bring out a copy of Double Dragon Lords, the Ancient Warrior Link. They're going to set a copy of Cosmic Cyclone, and obviously they're going to bring out the Barrier Statue to end their turn. We're going to draw Gamma, which, you know, pretty good top deck, but it doesn't really matter here since we have the Dark Ruler no more. We're going to use Pot of Extravagance. Our opponent doesn't have Ash Blossom, we know that, so you know we just get to draw 2 for free. Not the best draws, pretty awful if I'm being honest, and we make a very greedy play here. So Dark Rule no more, definitely the right call. But to follow that, we activate Prison, adding a copy of Chamber, and setting Chamber, activating Aruha definitely is not the play here. I didn't play around a potential Cosmic Cyclone at all. So here, they're just going to chain the Cosmic Cyclone. Ooh, I just realized I wouldn't have been even able to do that in the first place. So that's a minor cheat by me because they do have the Barrier Statue. Oh, no. We Dark Ruler. Completely legal. I'm not a cheater. Okay. Yeah, so they chained the Cosmic Cyclone. So yeah, super duper greedy play by us. We should have normal summoned the Rakea and then used the Aruha. We're going to go into battle phase, crash into the Simorgh, the same play that I've been doing for the last 2 games. We're going to bring out a copy of Disaster from our hand because I think this is probably the most optimal way for us to break his board. And honestly, because of that misplay, we're not really left with much of a choice. So we're going to target the Oath because that way we can go into a link 3, go into our Anguish. Next, we're going to use the Anguish to link away the Simorgh because we don't want to deal with an Apex Avian again. We're going to bring out a copy of Rage because, you know, it's just 2 monsters, so that's Sig. So actually now we're forcing him into a very bad scenario because he has to get rid of this in order to play. And since he has the Kit on board, we can use the Rage on the Kit and use go into Unicorn to send this away back into his deck. And yeah, like this scenario is just really amazing. And if that's not enough, if he has a way to get rid of whatever play we do have a Gamma as a follow-up. So hopefully that is enough. And as you can see here, he is forced to tribute summon out the Driver because I'm sure he doesn't have many more Wind Link monsters in his deck. So from here, I'm actually going to use the Rage here because I know the last card in his hand is DD Crow. Next, I'm going to bring out the Unicorn. Unicorn effect will shuffle back the Karass, and here I'm going to force him to get something good off the Kit. He's going to send a copy of Nerval. Nerval will add Karass. He's going to special summon here. And, you know, this is his last play. What can he really do? He's going to bring out the Link 4. He's going to banish my Unicorn, swing at me for 55. He is short of game here. Yeah, this being an attack would not have made a difference, but honestly, it's still interesting that he decided not to do that. He's going to actually link it off, and he's going to go into a copy of Blossom. I don't want to let him resolve this. Why would I want to give him an additional resource for no reason when I have the Gamma and it's not going to be doing much for me after? So I'm forced to Gamma here. Not forced, but I think it's the right play to Gamma here. I'm going to bring out the Driver, make sure he doesn't get any unnecessary advantage. And also that way, this kind of just kills off the Blossom too, right? Because if this goes to graveyard, they can't mulligan for something else, right? So we're going to start off our turn by drawing Lancia, which is super clutch. But we're going to normal summon the Aruha here, crash as we've been doing the entire game. Aruha's effect activates. We're going to bring out the Sarama. Sarama effect will set a copy of Disaster, pop Disaster. Disaster will special out the Anguish, and we'll use this to break apart his board. We'll use the Anguish on the Driver here first, which is the correct play. We're going to go into a copy of Abomination. And yeah, end phase, Abomination will just pop the Blossom, and what is our opponent really going to do? They top deck Ash, and that's just not going to do anything for them. And even if they did top deck a Tri-Brigade, Lancia will just completely shut them off here. And yeah, guys, that is going to be game. Unchained, one of the most underrated rogue decks of the format and in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Me and Coder have been doing our absolute best to put this deck on the map. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this replay, please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Bear signing off. Peace, guys.